you average out TheView hosts, among the dumbest people on television. And it's like they say the thing that people are thinking, but they say it very directly, so they expose whatever truth.
But Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say.
Sunny Hostin and the host of TheView are in hot water, and JoeRogan isn't holding back in this explosive episode. We dive into the $100 million defamation lawsuit filed by Melania Trump against TheView after Sunny and her co-hosts made shocking claims about the former First Lady, from fiery accusations to JoeRogan's brutal takedown of the show's hypocrisy. This story has it all: controversy, drama, and a potential game-changer for media accountability. Stick around as we unravel the jaw-dropping details of this headline-making saga.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given.
I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the First Lady anymore. They agree with you. She doesn't want to be the First Lady. She's destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want anything to do with him. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate.
If you average out TheView hosts, among the dumbest people on television. And it's like they say the thing that people are thinking, but they say it very directly, so they expose whatever truth.
But Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say.
The controversy surrounding TheView and its inflammatory remarks about Melania Trump has sparked significant backlash, leading to a legal battle that could reshape the boundaries of media commentary. During a recent episode, the hosts made a series of disparaging claims suggesting that Melania was unhappy as First Lady, and even in reply that she disliked her husband, Donald Trump, to the point of avoiding living with. They further criticized her choices, from redecorating the White House to her well-documented disinterest in traditional Christmas celebration. Most inflammatory, however, was the suggestion that she hates Trump and might wish to take him out, a statement widely condemned for its insensitivity given past assassination attempts on the former president. This level of sensationalism not only crossed ethical lines, but also exposed the dangers of unchecked commentary in mainstream media. In response, Melania Trump has taken a bold step by filing a $100 million defamation lawsuit against TheView, signaling her intent to fight back against what she perceives as harmful and unfounded attacks on her reputation by pursuing legal action. The former First Lady aims to establish a firm boundary between free speech and defamatory rhetoric, particularly when it involves personal and family matters. This lawsuit is not merely about clearing her name, it's about setting a precedent for accountability in media discourse in an era where sensationalism often overshadows substance. Melania's case challenges media outlets to reconsider the ethics of their coverage, especially when targeting high-profile figures, adding fuel to the fire. JoeRogan has stepped into the fray with a scathing critique of TheView, known for his unapologetic style. Rogan accused the show of blatant hypocrisy, highlighting how the same hosts once praised and embraced Donald and Melania Trump during his celebrity days, but now portray them as villains of modern politics. Rogan went further, mocking the intellectual credibility of the hosts, suggesting their remarks are driven more by political agendas than thoughtful analysis, by calling out their sensationalist tactics.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given.
I also think that she wants to take him out.
Wow. I mean, that is violent. They've got to stop talking like that about a former president who's had 2 assassination attempts. I mean, that's...
Melania Trump's defamation lawsuit against TheView raises profound questions about the responsibilities of the media and the boundaries of free speech in an increasingly polarized political landscape. At its core, the case challenges whether public figures like Melania have a right to demand protection from harmful falsehoods, or if their status inherently subjects them to a greater level of scrutiny. This debate strikes at the heart of media: freedom versus accountability, forcing society to confront where the line between open criticism and defamatory rhetoric should be drawn. If Melania succeeds, the lawsuit could establish a precedent that redefines how talk shows and news outlets handle commentary on the personal lives of high-profile individuals. Such a shift would not only impose greater caution on sensationalist programming,
Things I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to play this, but we decided we shouldn't play it. We don't want anybody to have any sort of a way to get it down. The episode of you when you're on TheView, when you were running for president.
Right.
Donald Trump is a billionaire, a real estate mogul, and a television star. But does he really want to add President of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to.
You got introduced as our friend Donald Trump.
Please, let's find out, and please welcome my friend, Donald Trump.
That's right.
Whoopi Goldberg gives you a big hug and a kiss. Joy Behar gives you a big hug. Barbara Walters gives you a big hug. They all loved you.
We're so happy to have you. Whenever you're on with us, we're very happy.
They talked about you as such a favorable light. The audience was cheering, and then you actually started winning in the polls, and then the machine started working towards you.
Joe Biden knows how to do this. Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just...
The timing of Melania Trump's lawsuit against TheView has sparked a wave of speculation with theories ranging from calculated strategy to a sincere defense of personal integrity. JoeRogan has highlighted the possibility that this legal action serves as a clever move to shift the media spotlight back onto Melania, perhaps as a distraction from the broader controversies surrounding Donald Trump. In this view, the lawsuit is seen as a tactical maneuver to control the narrative and generate public sympathy. On the other hand, there is a strong case to be made for Melania's genuine desire to protect her reputation from what she perceives as an egregious overstep by the media. By filing this lawsuit, she appears to be drawing a firm line against the kind of personal attacks that blur the boundaries of legitimate commentary, signaling that even public figures have the right to push back against harmful and unsubstantiated claims, whether it's strategy or sincerity, or perhaps a mix of both. This legal challenge underscores the complexities of navigating fame, media scrutiny, and personal dignity.
It is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a rabies infested.
JoeRogan's commentary on Melania Trump's lawsuit underscores a broader cultural shift in the relationship between public figures and the media. This case is emblematic of a media environment increasingly driven by virality and controversy at the expense of thoughtful, nuanced discussion. Rogan's critique highlights the growing tendency of sensationalist platforms to prioritize attention-grabbing narratives over factual integrity, often at the cost of personal reputation. This dynamic reflects a troubling reality in the race for ratings and clicks. Public figures become easy targets for overblown claims and polarizing commentary. Melania's lawsuit against TheView challenges this trend, signaling a potential reckoning for a media culture that thrives on controversy but often lacks accountability. It raises the critical...
Allegedly, he was cheating while Melania was pregnant. That was all.
That's not going to come in front of the jury, though. The judge has ruled that
we're
won't come
we're
up.
on television now. And then after Melania gave birth to the baby, he found Stormy to strip around with, right?
Yeah.
It's like people should look at him and say, you know, what kind of an insecure jerk are you? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, my wife's pregnant. I'm not attracted to her big belly or something. And now she's paying attention to the baby and not me.
Now, you know who has been bragging all over the campaign trail about how he's the one that overturned Roe v. Wade. But apparently, his wife has different thoughts on the reproductive rights after posting this video plugging her memoir. Take a look.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth. Individual freedom. What does my body, my choice really mean?
Melania Trump's defamation lawsuit against TheView represents more than a personal battle. It's a high-stakes confrontation that could redefine public discourse, legal standards, and the boundaries of acceptable commentary about public figures. At its heart, this case challenges the precarious balance between free speech and accountability, forcing media platforms to grapple with their responsibility in a world increasingly dominated by sensationalist narratives. The outcome of this lawsuit could have far-reaching implications not just for Melania Trump, but for how public figures are portrayed and critiqued across all forms of media. If successful, it may set a new precedent for holding media outlets accountable for crossing the line between sharp commentary and reputational harm, potentially reshaping the norms of public discourse in our polarized era. The drama surrounding this case has captivated the public, blending personal advocacy, political motivations, and the growing demand for media accountability into a potent cultural moment. Melania Trump, often seen as a reserved figure, is stepping into the spotlight with a decisive move to defend her name and image. Meanwhile, TheView, long known for its polarizing commentary, finds itself at the center of a broader conversation about the ethics of media criticism. This lawsuit highlights the complexities of navigating fame, free speech, and media influence in the digital age, whether viewed as a personal stand or a strategic maneuver. Melanist legal action forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about the limits of commentary and the obligations of public figures.